because they're here for you. And I'm going to do my best to point them out to you. And then you'll become aware. Because they're guys like, I don't know, maybe they don't play as many games as I play. But really powerful people are everywhere. And the second you become two things. I hate this word, but it's a real word. It's called worthiness. All of my life, people have come up to me out of the blue and shared truths with me because they understood that that was their job. Most of you don't listen to anybody. Listen to everybody. Even some crazy babbling idiots you see on a street corner. The whole thing is God talking to you, showing you things, trying to help you understand so you can come home. You come home just as soon as you realize that it's all God. If you're looking for a guy in a chariot, don't do that. He's not coming. The chariots aren't real. What's real is this. If you help me, we save the world. If you don't, we don't. I'm going to still be here until my time's gone. That's pretty much a standard unit thing, you know. Over time, I'm going to share some really interesting things with you. I hope you'll see it that way. I hope you'll be back. Maybe folks will find some utility in the things that we're talking about here. And if we're very lucky, we'll become infectious. And once that happens, here's a thought. Last story, okay? 100th monkey. My master Ken Kai's told me about this. Everything I'm sharing with you is basically true to my knowledge. Matter of fact, I know it's true, okay? What happens is, off the coast of Japan, there's a bunch of islands. And I believe that this is the Ryukyus where this happened, but I don't know that for sure. And it doesn't matter, because what matters is what it is. Long time ago, it was one giant island that was a breakwater for Japan proper to protect it against the typhoons that regularly come through that part of the world. Well, those storms are so awesome that over time they've cut this one big island into a bunch of smaller islands. And on these islands, pardon me, guys, on these islands was a species of monkey. I don't know what species, doesn't matter. But monkeys, highly evolved creatures. It's your little brothers, you know. And as it would happen, these islands have different populations. I think the standard accepted number is you have to have at least 37 monkeys for the population to have a chance of surviving. And on one of the islands, there's like 300 monkeys, and anthropologists and other people who study animals in their natural habitat love these guys because they're easy to get out to where you can watch them. And they do that. So, here, be with this. Here's the island. It's got a nice beach. Off the beach, a bunch of people with cameras and all kinds of stuff watching the beach. And then they summon the monkeys out of the jungle. And they do that by flying over the beach with a helicopter and dropping sweet potatoes on the beach. Monkeys come barreling out of the beach, out of the jungle rather, come out to the beach, grab sweet potato, chew, spit sand, okay? Chew, spit, na, okay? And they've been doing this forever. They got names for these monkeys. And teams are assigned to each one so that they don't miss anything. I mean, it's a big deal. They're trying to plot out some of the things about what makes us tick. And it also gives guys a job. Anthropology, you know. They're changing what we know about the world. And that's helpful. It gives us more appreciation for who we are. People have been around for a long time. Wonderful things have happened here on Earth that most people aren't aware of. So anyhow, one day, adolescent female pisses her mother off. Mom smacks her, much like happens to children here in at least probably everywhere in the world. It's a really rotten habit, parents. You shouldn't be hitting your kids at all. You should be talking to them. Problem is, most of you can't. It was what now in my house. No one could talk to me, so they just smack you. She smacks the little girl and sends points back to the jungle, you bitch. So the kid heads back to the jungle, but she's not going to miss dinner because her mom's a bitch. She grabs the 2 sweet potatoes and runs into the jungle. And as she runs in the jungle, she goes through a stream, and she doesn't take a step past when she gets across the stream. She looks down at the 2 sweet potatoes, and she realizes there's no sand on the goddamn thing. Bites it. No sand. Oh, my God. The whole ritual's based on going out to the beach and getting the manna from God. The sand is the price that you pay. You gotta have the sand to pay the price to make God happy. Next day, 7 of them. My understanding, 6 adolescent females, 1 adolescent male. I don't remember the time. I'm sure Ken told us, but I remember the progression. That's the important part. Over time, it's a real powerful phenomenon. Sand, or nice, the number of monkeys washing their sweet potatoes grew. Now, it wasn't just adolescents, it was adults. The tribe was nuts. The elders really pissed off. You got these guys over here washing, breaks the covenants. All these guys say, oh, don't wash them. We're okay with the two stuff. They call it the phenomenon of the 100th monkey because, under my understanding, there were 90-some monkeys washing their sweet potatoes the night before this thing happened. And on the next day, all the monkeys on all the islands started washing their sweet potatoes. What that demonstrates is that within a species, gotta be a high end. And I don't know whether toads have this capability or not. It doesn't matter. I know that we do. Okay? Among a high-end species, like those monkeys, like us, something that's so exciting can permeate. One shot. Go to bed, wake up, you know stuff you didn't know. Enlightenment has that ability. Enlightenment's like a sweet potato. We need 1 million of you. We got a bunch. I have no idea how many enlightened people are. This is it doesn't matter what. And the numbers, is it 1 million? It might be 1,114,000. I don't know. But my understanding is that the guys who are supposed to know that stuff figure, man, we had 1 million enlightened people. It would create so much energy. We'd all just become enlightened overnight. The killing would stop. The brutality would stop. Enlightened people don't do that shit. So, I'm going to try and help you get enlightened. Don't be afraid of me. Have your little children come out and play. And what we're going to do is we're going to help you quiet your mind. I'm going to give you my one absolutely last thing, and then I got to go to bed. The Handbook to Higher Consciousness delivers to us the 12 pathways. And these pathways are specifically designed to help you out of 12 different categories of high-end stuff that's going on emotionally with you. The pathway that I like the most is this. I always remember that I have everything I need here and now, unless I'm letting my consciousness be dominated by demand demands, or expectations based on the dead past or the imagined future. I want to take a moment to explain that. The terms of it are perfect. It's what you need to understand about is the last two things. The dead past or the imagined future. They're not real. Just because you have memories doesn't make them real. You allow your memories to hurt you. This pathway is meant to always bring you back to be here now. If you're in the now all the time, your senses active, walking, you can just feel it. You're here. You're now. You got no time for the past or the future. Both of those are quiet, non-activity things that you do. Some of you sit in a chair and you sulk. You lay in bed and you sulk. You cry, you moan, you lament. Why? None of it does any good. Here, kind of try and play with this idea. If it doesn't do you any good, don't do it. My daughter's going through a thing. Her husband died. Terrible thing. Wouldn't wish it on anybody. And the same thing, your wife died. Kid died. All those things. She's having so much trouble separating herself from it that there's just a whole stack of his clothes and stuff taking up a good chunk of the living room. Because she can't bring herself to part with it. Finally, I told her, Mary, it's nuts. Don't be doing that stuff. Take it out one at a time. So if you've got one of these things going on, you got a shrine to somebody who's gone and your life sucks because you live in that shrine and why did he leave or why did she leave? Oh, God, why did you do this to me? Because you needed it to bring you to this point when you understand it. All that's important is now, is you. All that's important is you. Because if we can get you to get your act together, it takes care of everything else. A complete you doesn't allow shit to happen. A complete you goes out of his or her way to help the world become a better place. That gets pretty hairy down the road. I'll share some things with you. I think we're going to call it a night. My little thing's got a clock, a timer on it. It says, we've been doing this for an hour and 12 minutes and 49 seconds, and that obviously is continuing to go. For those of you who choose to listen, well, I appreciate you. Tell your friends. Because I'm going to figure out tomorrow how to put this on YouTube. And we'll see. Got to piss at least a couple people off. And, you know, if you want to get attention, that's one of the ways to do it. But hopefully, with all of that going on, the rest of you will say, hey, wow, I learned a couple things today I just didn't know. I love you. My only purpose is to help you come home. Since the beginning of time, it's the only thing I've ever done. And because I've been doing it for so long, I pretty much know how to do it. It's all coming to a head. The old dissolves, the new emerges. Be a part of the new. Understand that all of this is here for you. The only way that can be true is if it's one thing. This goes out directly to you guys. You know, you guys who don't believe in anything, you're in for the biggest treat. Because whenever you have a bullshit palace, that's what not believing anything is. You have to structure. I don't believe in that. Not that. That's bullshit. I don't do that. That stuff gets harder and harder to impose, because if you live any kind of life at all, it'll become obvious to you that everything's tied together. You know, I do my damnedest not to step on bugs. I'll pick the damn thing up, take them outside. I still accept spiders. I have allergies to spiders, and my wife does too. So if a spider comes into my house, I'll take him out. All life is tied together. As you start to realize that, your life becomes more complete. You become more helpful. And we, as a being, as a family of beings, becomes healthier. Then you start appreciating the rest of the world. I'm going to tell you some great stories, guys. Good night.